my goodness, I've done it again. Like Britney Spears, oops, I did it again. I manifested a dream home again, and this time it came through some contrast again. So in today's Lana TV episode, I want to talk about how to take lemons and make them into sweet, sweet lemonade, and how to manifest your dream home in a record time and experience amazing miracles along the way. So imagine coming back from an amazing vacation and showing up and getting a call from my property manager saying that they want to sell the house that we have been leasing for only a year, and we have 60 days to move out. And we've already done this before. We've already had a similar situation happen a few years ago, and it worked out beautifully. So this time, in 3 minutes, I was like, all right, something even better. My husband and I talked it over. We said, something good's on the way. It's all right. We have 3 kids. We love the area we are. We want to stay here. Let's look for a property. So we started looking, nothing in our price range that we're paying currently. So we said, you know what? Let's just look for something that we really, really love, even if it's more expensive. Found an incredible place down the street or a few blocks away. Gorgeous house. Like I will show you some pictures of the house. And called. The next morning went to see it. The next day had to collect all of the proof of income because I own my own business. I needed my accountant to send proof of all of the income that I've had last year and the first few months of this year. And by Wednesday, so from Saturday to Wednesday, we got approved to be in our dream home. That is unheard of, right? And the thing that was so incredible and miraculous is that even though I had these incredible house manifestations, and there's a video we'll link above about how I manifested my dream home, which was actually the second house. So let me just take you through really quickly a few homes that I manifested. We lived in a tiny apartment when my twins were born, and we were both unemployed. My husband was looking for a job but couldn't find one. I was at home with the twins, and when they were close to a year, we had a friend who said, I'm moving out of my place. I would love to transfer the lease to someone. We came and saw the house, loved it, and took it without even having a job. Like we were literally living month to month off of unemployment and little side jobs that we were doing, and I was teaching yoga, doing some workshops. But we took that leap of faith, and my God, has it paid off, because within a month of moving in, my husband had a great job. Things were on the up and up. And then we lived in that place for 3 years and we loved it. And then it was time to expand and go to a bigger place. And again, we saw this amazing house. It was almost twice what we paid for the previous place, but it felt so incredible. I knew I could do live workshops and masterminds there. We leaped, we did it, and that house ended up being the dream home that I've done the video about, where we ended up having a crazy amazing payout and getting paid $21,000 cash to move out with 6 months free rent because it was foreclosed. Long story. Amazing manifestation, but we were a little bit sad to leave that house, and we decided to move to an area where we are right by the beach, so we downsized into a beach bungalow. Still super nice. I love being here, but it started feeling a little tight with the 3rd baby being born here, and I had already been getting premonitions, like, wouldn't it be nice to have that same house that we had before, the big 3,300 square foot mansion, but here in this area that is really awesome. And this area is so populated and so coveted that it's rare to find a place of that caliber. Well, of course we found it. And so imagine going from feeling like, oh my God, we got to move within 60 days. We want to stay in the same school district, all of these potential challenges, and saying, you know what, we're going to find something awesome. Looking at only one house and getting it immediately. Like, damn, I am so good at this, and I've gotten good at this over time. And so today I wanted to talk about a few common blocks that people have to manifesting their dream home. And I feel like it's a good example to talk about manifesting in general, because like I always say, money is one of the easiest things to manifest because it's just energy. It's just vibration. It doesn't talk back to you like a person would. It's largely in your control, though most people don't feel that way, and I certainly haven't felt that way. And a house is a big representation of what you can allow yourself to have. So the three most common blocks that I have seen are, I can't afford it, right? And it's about giving yourself permission to dream and giving yourself permission to go see places that are out of your price range, to allow yourself to invite more of the feeling that you want to have when you move. Like, I have pre-paved this new house that we will be moving into for pretty much for years, right? So let me show you a few pictures. We'll input this into the video. We have this massive, glorious kitchen. I have dreamed about this kitchen. I've seen it for years. And when we lived in our previous dream home, we had this massive kitchen. And then here we were downsized in the beach bungalow to a much smaller, very nice, but much smaller kitchen where we are like bumping into each other and rubbing elbows. And the key for me was to make peace with where I am and say, hey, we've downsized to a small place, but I have the beach right here. I can walk to all the restaurants. I can, like, there's always something to appreciate. When I had the tiniest bathroom in our first house when the kids were only 1 year old, and for all four of us, we had this tiny bathroom. It was so old. The house was so old. And I dared to dream that someday I will be in this beautiful bathtub and my husband and I could take baths together. And oh my God, did we manifest bigger and greater bathrooms each place we move right now. But it's that I can't afford it is just an excuse for you to not give yourself permission to go there emotionally and vibrationally. And if you can, go to an open house, go to see some listings, place yourself in an environment where not only can you dream, but you can actually experience what it is you want. And then know that it will come in its own perfect time. And you don't have to stretch yourself and like struggle and make it happen. I feel like it is about enjoying the whole process and allowing it to unfold and enjoying each step of the way. The second block is, I feel, is a little bit different. I don't deserve it, right? It's like I like nobody in my family has had home like this. Certainly nobody in my family has paid this much in rent. My upbringing was like, you gotta save and you gotta invest in a house, and we still don't own a house, and we don't really want to own, well, that's not true. We own a house, it's a rental. But it's like, I don't really feel the need to own a house where we live. It's actually more advantageous to rent this amazing house. I would be paying more in a mortgage, plus a down payment, plus taxes, plus whatever. So, hey, it works for us, right? And, you know, at some point, if we want to buy, we will buy. But it's this ability to say, I have the permission to have what I want, and I don't have to do it in a way that other people approve or that is a part of what I was taught is the right way to do things, right? So it's permission to receive. And I think that I can talk about that forever. And I've done lots of videos on this topic, and we can link the I Receive meditation that I have for free on YouTube. But it's really feeling worthy and deserving to have what you want to have and to allow it to come through the path of least resistance. Like, it doesn't always mean that you have to spend a bunch more money or go to some area that you don't want to be or whatever. You can allow life to bring to you exactly what you can, to bite off exactly what you can chew, right? But again, if you don't feel deserving, that door is closed and there's no way for that manifestation to come in. I feel like one other block that I've heard a lot of people have is like, well, what I want doesn't exist. It would be like me saying, hey, we're in this super tiny area. The kids are already in their school. Like, oh my God, what we want doesn't exist here. And I don't want to go outside the area. No, it's like putting yourself between a rock and a hard place. I can't have what I want, basically. And that's permission to believe, right? To believe that if you have the idea for something, if you receive the inspiration for something, that already by default means that it exists. Otherwise, source, life, your own intuition wouldn't even feed that vision to you. That is something that has completely transformed my life, to realize that I can think it and imagine it. That means it exists and I'm on my way to it. So I wanted to keep this video short because I wanted to kind of just explain some of the common blocks that I have had and I've seen other people have, and give you an opportunity to reflect on them and really step out of the problem mind and the mind of, I need my partner to agree. That's another common block, right? That's very similar to it doesn't exist, or I can't afford it because my partner isn't willing to do it. I know I have one friend that said like, well, I want to do this, but my husband won't. And it's like, yeah, I understand that there are these limitations, but can you allow yourself the permission to feel deserving, to believe, and to receive, even with these conditions, right? Whatever the limitation is. And I have seen the experience of wanting something that my partner didn't want and wanting it so clearly and consistently that eventually he came along and there was a way that we could both get what we want, because I don't believe in compromise. I believe in expansion. So I wanted to summarize this, and I also wanted to invite you to a Manifest Your Dream Home Masterclass. I am like so juiced up on this, and now that you've seen some of my house, which I didn't even finish telling you about, the kitchen, we have a jacuzzi on the rooftop, the gorgeous space that we have, my office is, just, I can talk about it forever. My bathroom, my bathtub, our shower that can fit like 10 people. I don't know why we even need a shower that big, but that's just the way it is. And we have 4 parking spots in an area where it's like crazy to have parking. I want to share everything that I have learned, and I've decided to do it as an online workshop. I might end up doing a live event at some point about it in my new home, because I want to step-by-step break down and be able to coach you through the process of getting on track to manifesting your dream home. So click the link below to learn more about this online masterclass so that you can actually, imagine being in a house where you walk in and you're like, wow, I get to live here? I get to live here? Because that is how I feel, and I want you to have this feeling. So please let me know, what other blocks do you have with manifesting your house? And if anything in this video helped you shift your perspective and actually allow yourself to do the practices, to do the vibrational alignment practices to attract the perfect house in a way that feels easy and accessible to you. Thank you so much for watching Lana TV. I am so happy to help you from going to just manage your life to really master your life. And I cannot wait to interact with you. I personally respond to the comments on my blog and on YouTube. I love to have direct interaction with you. So if you've enjoyed this video, please take a moment and say something and respond to me and let me know how you've enjoyed it. Mwah! Blessings, blessings, blessings. I think future Lana TVs will be coming from my new home. I'll make sure to give you a tour like I did of my previous dream home.